Hello everybody, Mark with Midnight Snack Movies back again tonight for a new video. Hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to jump on here and do a little Black Friday shopping with you guys. So it's been a while since I've really bought any 4K or Blu-ray titles or any type of physical media. It's been quite a while. I'd say I'm probably under 10 titles for the year, maybe. I've really been kind of cutting back on my spending in general, but especially in this realm. And so I really haven't done a ton with Criterion sales or any types of 4K purchases. And I don't really want to go crazy with it, but there are some pretty good Black Friday deals that I'd like to check out. And today we're going to focus on Gruv.com. So for those who are not familiar with Gruv, this is a direct to consumer 4K Blu ray DVD store that primarily features Universal and Warner Brothers titles. It comes straight from the studio themselves, and then they also recently picked up Shout Factory titles as well. Apparently, the Shout Factory website is no longer in use, which I find crazy to think about, but apparently, like Gruv picked them up, and ShoutFactory.com no longer is a thing, which is kind of sad, but they're still alive and well over here. I remember back in the day, like, I don't know if I ever filmed a Black Friday video. Maybe I did in like the very early days of the channel. But I remember back in the day going to Black Friday in person, and you actually had to be there on Black Friday. It didn't start in November. You had to go on the day after Thanksgiving. Sometimes you had to go like early in the morning. Like I remember getting up at 5 a.m. on a Friday after Thanksgiving to go shopping with my family. So, like, I remember the bins of titles at places like Walmart and Best Buy, and it's just kind of sad that you don't have it in person anymore because it always felt like a little event to go out and do shopping, and it just doesn't feel the same when you can sit at home in your underwear and go on a website and order stuff. And you also don't get a guarantee that you're going to get slipcovers with some of these titles, which is a bummer. Because I'm a big slipcover guy. I love the slipcovers. I think they're cool. So that's another kind of bummer there. But it is what it is. This is the world in 2025, and we're going to make the best of it. So, like I said, I want to go through these deals here on Gruv.com and take a look at what we got. So here's your first little deal: $12.99 4K titles. Definitely want to go through those. Some 4K steelbooks for I don't know how $50 is a deal. Maybe that's like a trilogy set or something. Yeah, I think that must be the Jurassic World like 5 movie set. So I guess 49 or 44.99, not a bad deal for that. I'm not a huge steelbook person, so and these prices look okay, but not amazing. 9.99 Blu-rays, 3 for $30 on 4K titles, 3 for $20 Blu-rays, 7.99 DVDs, some just random deals here for Blu-ray and DVD. Got British television. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff here, as you can see. And then you got the Shout Factory Thanksgiving deals, is what they're calling them, not Black Friday deals. So 2 for $45, 4K. And then you got the holiday store, which is for the Christmas season coming up. So let's take a look at these $12.99 4Ks. The thing that kind of got me really excited about this is there are some recent titles here, quite a bit of recent titles. And first thing that grabbed my attention, I do not own Nosferatu. And I know I'm not going to get a slipcover with this one, but it is what it is. I love Robert Eggers movies. I have all of them on Blu-ray and 4K, so we have to own that at some point. I haven't seen it since last year, last Christmas when it came out. One of my favorite movies of last year for sure. I saw F1 in theaters and did pretty much enjoy it. Not the greatest movie of the year by far, but decent movie. I don't know if I'm actually gonna pick that one up, but we'll just add it to the cart and I'll kind of reevaluate my choices and see what I actually want to pick up. Superman, really enjoyed that one in the theaters. I thought it was a lot of fun. Kind of what I want from a comic book movie. The Phoenician Scheme, another one of my favorites from this year so far. I think it's Wes Anderson's best movie in a little bit, for sure. Sinners, I already own that one. One of the best movies of the year. Mickey 17 was the first movie I saw in 2025. Still don't own that one, so we're going to put that one in the cart. Heard some interesting things about Companion, but don't know that I'm going to pick that one up. I still haven't seen that. I have not seen Wolfman either. I've heard it's kind of mid. So those are your $12.99 titles. Not that many, but a decent selection. Not even going to mess with the steelbooks. I have kind of perused this a little bit before making this video. But we'll see if there's anything that jumps out to me that I haven't really seen. These are the 3 for $30, so I guess that's a pretty good deal. I did not see The Nun 2. I saw the first Nun movie. These Conjuring universe movies are not my favorite horror movies. I think they're fine. I think they're just kind of like, this is the stereotypical 2010s, 2020s horror movie. Like, if I want a pretty boring, standard horror film, and occasionally I'm in the mood for that, but it's very rare, so I don't think I'd be picking that up. But if these movies are your thing, I mean, $20 for it individually versus 3 for $30, I think that's a great deal. The Northman I already own, another great Robert Eggers title. I don't own The Thing on 4K, but I don't know if I'm going to pick it up. I have the Shout Factory Blu-ray, or shall I say Screen Factory Blu-ray. I don't own Casino, and it's one of the only Martin Scorsese movies I have not seen, and it's a certified classic, so I need to own that at some point. Unforgiven, not a big Western person, but it is a Best Picture winner, and I do want to see as many Best Picture winners as possible, so we'll add that to the cart. There are a lot of titles here. There's 11 pages, so I'm not going to go through all of these right now, but I'll show you the first few pages here. Field of Dreams is a classic movie, one of my favorite baseball movies. I love baseball. So there we go. We got our we got our 3 for $30 right there. We'll see if that actually ends up being the 3 that I pick up. If I pick up 3 from here. I own the original Creed on 4K, but I do not own the second or third movie on 4K. So I know the second movie was the last one to feature Sylvester Stallone, which was a big reason why I watched them. So I don't know if I'll love the third one, but for this type of deal, not bad. All right, we're going to go back to the home page. I'll do a little more perusing on that deal in a little bit. There are a couple interesting ones in the Blu-ray section. I still pick up Blu-rays from time to time. I do not own Annie Hall. I've never seen Annie Hall, and it definitely caught my eye. So we're going to put that on there. Let's see. Magnolia, I do not own. It's a Paul Thomas Anderson movie that I need to see, and I'm pretty sure it does not have a 4K, so we're going to put that one on there as well. Prisoners is a classic from the past 10 years. A lot of people love this movie. Haven't seen it, so we'll add that. Boogie Nights just got the 4K announcement, so it's going to have a 4K release. Definitely not picking that up on Blu-ray. I don't own that movie yet. It is an absolutely phenomenal movie. I love it so much. One of my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson. But we're going to wait for the 4K on that. I did miss out on the 4K Steelbook. Maybe, fingers crossed, they'll release some more copies of that, because it is a gorgeous Steelbook, but I missed it. Network, I've heard a lot of amazing things about. A movie, I think, from the 70s, if I recall correctly. really feels pretty relevant to our current times from what I've heard. So I'm always interested in those types of movies that feel important to the time. Sidney Lumet, fantastic director. So yeah, we'll put that one on the list. I already have Fargo on 4K. Great movie. If you're not like a 4K snob or anything, and you just want Blu-rays, these are fantastic deals. You can get 6 movies for $40. That's an amazing deal. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I don't own it. So I know it has a 4K release. That 4K release is pretty good from what I've heard, but do I necessarily have to have it on 4K, especially if I'm not going to get a slipcover? Probably not. So I'm going to add that to the cart. I think it's a shame that I don't own that movie because it is one of my favorites, and I rewatch it every single year. I'll go through maybe another page or two here, and then we'll kind of wrap this up. Mystic River is one that I have never seen, but it's got a great cast. Clint Eastwood movie, okay. And Sean Penn won his first Best Actor award for this. On a bit of a Sean Penn kick after seeing One Battle After Another. My favorite movie of the year thus far. The Aviator. I watched that one last year for the first time. Definitely not the best Scorsese, but still a really enjoyable one that I don't own. We'll do one more page. I believe I have Malignant in 4K. Good kind of underrated horror flick. All right, we're going to wrap up here. So definitely check out, obviously, Gruv.com is not the only site using Black Friday deals. There are some good deals on Amazon that I saw earlier today. There are like Walmart, I assume, will have some deals. The Criterion sale is happening, so I'm kind of mulling that over. Am I going to pick up a Criterion this year or not with the sale? I usually pick up like 3 or 4 in the most recent sales. That's kind of been my trend because I'm, again, kind of cutting back on these purchases. So I don't know. I'm still kind of thinking about Criterion. We'll see if I end up doing a Barnes & Noble sale purchase. And then let me know if you guys know of any places that are doing like actual in-person Black Friday sales for 4K, Blu-ray, all of these physical media formats, because I do really miss that, and I would love to do a little perusing, but from what I can tell at Walmart, I go to my local Walmart, once every couple weeks, and I have seen nothing. So kind of disappointing. But I will do a haul video whenever I do pick up. I got to wind down this list because that's 16 titles. That's way too much. So once I kind of pare down the list and I end up picking up some stuff, when I get the package, I will do an unboxing video and show you guys what I end up picking up. So I hope you all have an amazing Black Friday. I'm excited for Oscar season on the horizon. I made my Oscar watch list today, all the movies I need to watch for Oscar season coming up. So I'm really excited about movies again. I haven't watched a movie in a while, so I'm getting the itch. I'm ready to get back into cinema again and hopefully make a few videos. So stay tuned on the channel, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.